Well, thank you for still being there. We're taking a look at the upcoming UK election in a couple of less than 2 weeks. That's the 4th of July. And I have joining me in the studio Jennifer Obaseki. Jennifer Obaseki is a lawyer, and recently she has become a politician, vying to displace and replace David Lammy, the current MP representing Tottenham in the parliament, and also Alice Shoede, the founder of the first ethnic TV station in the whole of Europe. Guys, thank you for taking the time to join us on the show. Jennifer, let me start with you. Tell us, how is it going? How is the campaign?
Well, I would say, I'd like to use the Nigerian saying, we thank God. But it's been really, really interesting and eye-opening. I'm so encouraged. That's what I'll say. It's been amazing.
It's been amazing. Let's start with what inspired you into joining politics after a very successful career as a lawyer, immigration and criminal lawyer in the UK.
Well, to be honest with you, the main issue was Palestine. I kept seeing all of these human rights abuses, but also I'm from Tottenham, and I was born there, and my mother died there. So I've seen the area fall into such deprivation. Even the former Ben TV Studios was there, and we've seen a lot of regeneration around certain pockets. And I say pockets, so around the station and around the stadium. But much of the other area within Tottenham has been left to fall into disarray. That has pained me, and because I'm from the area, I felt very passionate, and I was given the opportunity under the Workers' Party to run for MP. So I grabbed it with both hands, and it's been very, very interesting campaigning, listening to the people. 80% of them are very tired of the MP that has been there for 4 terms and let the area run into such deprivation.
I used to work in Tottenham Hill, and I think I worked in Tottenham Hill for approximately about 10 years, shuttling between Bristol and Tottenham Hill, my office there, and your office is very close, not too far, about 10 minutes drive from my office. But at the moment, quite a lot of regeneration going on in Tottenham. What difference are you going to bring? Because a lot of regeneration going on in Tottenham. What difference are you going to make?
Only in Tottenham Hill is that regeneration. And the sad thing is, it's not accessible to the people who are authentically from Tottenham. The housing is not accessible. The accommodation that's been built around that area you're talking about is beyond the pricing of almost any ordinary Londoner. Some of that accommodation there is £1,000 a week for just ordinary small 1-bedroom apartments. When they were doing this regeneration, why did they not think about making it accessible to all of those people who are in housing poverty in that area? So what difference I will make, going back to your question, is I will make sure that there are affordable units that are built in the area, and the housing that is there brought up to standard. I'll also be making sure that there's opportunities for the youth in the area who have a large number of those not in employment, training or education. They are feeling very depraved, they're feeling very apathetic at the moment because of the loss of so many intervention projects, so much provision. I'll also make sure the educational institutions there, specifically the college that I went to, that it is well equipped, offering up-to-date relevant courses. At the moment there is a void. Not everybody wants to do security, not everybody just wants to do customer services. These young people need proper innovative opportunities and courses that will give them gainful employment. So that's the difference I will make.
David Lammy is the member of parliament representing Tottenham. He's been there since 2000. That's about 24 years now, and he is of the Labour Party. The latest YouGov poll shows Labour Party is going to have a landslide victory in this election, and you decided to contest a man whose party is likely to have a landslide victory, whose party is likely to sweep over the entire United Kingdom. You're contesting him against a man who has had almost 24 years of experience representing and leading the people. Do you think you have what it takes to do this?
We've already started, so of course I have. The problem is people have a sheepish mentality, and our own community, our own African diaspora community, are so apathetic. They don't realize that their vote counts, and they don't realize that they have a choice. Sadly, these people have elected this particular MP year on year, despite the crime, despite the awful street situation with regards to not even just the cleanliness, but the level of crime that's happening on them. Despite the deprivation that's happening across the borough, only the regeneration around the stadium and also around the station, but the rest of the place needs help. But they have felt that their vote will be taken for granted, and those who have tired are saying that they're not going to vote. When I've spoken to 80%, say they want change, and I want to offer them that change. So that's what's important. What's important is informing our communities, not just the African diaspora community, the English, the Kurdish, Turkish, the Somali community, the Ghanaian community. You know what Tottenham's like. And the English, they're all quite tired. There's also a very large Jewish population there. But the fact is, we all want the same things. We all want good, affordable housing. We all want safe streets. And we all want good education for our youth. And that's what is not being offered right now. I think there's one intervention project that is considered a good beacon project in Tottenham, whereas historically there were many. Under this MP, so many community centres have been closed down, which is completely ridiculous. So many intervention projects, which are needed, have been closed. So he has not been doing a good job. If the people of Tottenham hold him to account, then they will realise that they can do better, they deserve better, and I will deliver better.
If you, peradventure, win this election, successfully defend your vote and become an MP representing Tottenham in the British Parliament, you'll be joining a pack of I'm just looking for the right word. You'll be joining a pack of Nigerians in the British Parliament. Should I say British-born Nigerians? Yes, that's the right word. You'll be joining a pack of British-born Nigerians. At the moment, in the last parliament, we had almost 8 of them. You'll be joining them, flying the flag of Nigeria and still flying the flag of Britain in the British Parliament. What do you think this will mean for Nigeria?
It will show that they grow excellent professionals. They grow excellent humanitarians. They grow phenomenal women. That's what it will show. You and I know that Nigerians are recognized globally as global talents, and we're in high demand in whatever field we step into. That includes politics. That includes politics, and not only will I'll be joining Nigerians, but there'll be more to come. There'll be so many more women, men of Nigerian origin that will have that desire to make change in their communities. They're fully equipped, fully able, experts in their own fields, lending into what is the governance of their communities, improving things. Why not? I say that it's a very proud moment for Nigeria, knowing that Nigerians around the world and those of Nigerian origin are making changes in their communities.
Right, Jennifer. Let me quickly bring in Alice Oshiode. When I was contacting Alice, it did not occur to me that actually I was contacting somebody who is in your constituency. It just occurred to me now that for close to 30 years, Alice was in Tottenham Hill, and if you become an MP for Tottenham, he will be one of your constituents for which you will be representing. Alice, let me quickly come to you. How do you feel that your long-time neighbor is joining politics and is running to represent Tottenham, where you were for more than 30 years running your business?
Well, thank you very much for having me. As a diasporan, former president of Nigerians in the diaspora organization, you know we are a party of no politics. So, but it's very, very good, very, very sound. Ms. Jennifer has beyond she has contributed immensely to the development of Nigerian and African and Black community in the United Kingdom. So there is no surprises there, apart from that, indeed now she wants to get the mandate of the people in her community, within the Tottenham, and by and large, hopefully, she is representing the Workers' Party, and people are out there now to make sure that they go out on July the 4th to cast their vote.
But let me stay on you. Generally, recent poll by YouGov and Savanta Electoral Calculus. In fact, there are two polls already putting the Labour Party as the leading party to beat in this election. And a poll actually said the Labour Party will win with as many as 516 seats to beat the Conservative Party. And another poll said this election coming up on the 4th of July is going to be the worst defeat the Conservative Party will ever witness in 200 years. Is it that bad for the Conservative Party? Is it that bad in the UK at this time?
Well, I guess even within the Conservative Party, some of their MPs have decided not to contest the coming election, meaning that they have already thrown in the towel before July the 4th. And too many crises around the party, even right now with some of the MPs or some of the members being accused of betting on the day of the election. And so completely when you look at it and what the Prime Minister have done over the last month, pull people away from that party. And there is no doubt that YouGov and the other opinion poll organizations have done the wonderful research. Well, one thing I know with the United Kingdom is history and story are always recorded. So there's no doubt that 200 years is definitely a washdown for the Conservative Party. And anybody will hope that is to make sure that they are able to sustain and come back in the next election. But as you look to the future as well, there's always new emerging political parties who have shown that there is opportunity when the big political parties cannot hold their mandate. And so, in fact, when you look into the future, knowing fully what that Labour would be, without any doubt, the party in power come July the 4th, July the 5th in the United Kingdom, we have to all be excited about the opportunity that it gives to the ethnic community, Africans, people of Black origin that in the United Kingdom, because they have gone into the smaller parties to contribute and develop the United Kingdom, which is, without any doubt, showing that politics shouldn't be bitter as we have been seeing it across Africa.
Let me still stay on you. There are issues that are going to shape this election we should be looking at next week now. So we're looking at the issue of economic stagnation. I'm still going to come back to Jennifer to speak to us about what our plans will be on economy, on the Tottenham economy. But let me stay with you, Alistair. The deciding factor for the British voter in this election, deciding factors are reviving the stagnating economy, housing crisis, the very high cost of living, immigration, and foreign policy. These are some of the key issues that have been said will shape this election and will determine who will become the Prime Minister. I need you to assess this current government. Do you think this government has failed in these sectors, both on economy, on foreign policy, housing crisis, and high cost of living? How would you assess this government?
Well, I think the first thing is to know that actually, apart from those things that you mentioned, people just want to get rid of the Conservative Party. That's number one. Number two, as you mentioned, the economic power or gain or witness of it in the United Kingdom, that is without any doubt affecting many, as you have seen, especially within the NHS, asking for increase in their salaries and their wages. There has been too many times that they want to go on strike. Thank goodness many a times there's a system of agreeing and then they stay. In terms of housing, without any doubt again, you can see the Conservative try as much as possible to build new homes. But again, that has not been delivered. So when you look at what the Labour Party is coming in, when you talk about the foreign affairs of the United Kingdom, the Labour Party are not promising anything new in that angle, but they're definitely saying they're going to put border patrol across the United Kingdom that will be dealing with migrants and immigration issues. They're not talking about income taxes, especially for the ordinary people, but they're definitely talking about increasing taxes maybe for the high income people. So collectively, what the Labour Party is doing is really trying to re-engineer, and they're talking about increasing the numbers of teachers, the number of police people on the street. They are talking about what the Conservative is not talking about. But even if the Conservative are talking about those things, people have already kind of made up their mind that they're going with the Labour Party. They want to see a change of government. And as I said, this gives the opportunity.
I'm sorry, before I turn to Jennifer, you said, notwithstanding some of these issues around the economy, around immigration, around the foreign policy, that people have actually made up their mind to do away with the Conservative Party. Is it because the current Prime Minister is double-blooded, like Jennifer, British Nigerian, the current Prime Minister, British Indian? Is that what we're looking at? Because the guy is not like white.
Let's be realistic. You can't take that away from the system.
So we're talking about, we're still back to institutional racism here, while we cannot have a black person, an Indian, or Chinese can't be our Prime Minister.
Let's be realistic. I look at the things genuinely, right? British systematically belongs to the British people, okay? But nevertheless, it has migrated and expanded into accepting every other nationalities, because what we perceive is that they went to other countries as well. But again, the system in the United Kingdom tend to say they want to elect their Prime Minister, not because the party keep changing their leaders, which you can say happened in the Conservative. Boris Johnson came and he left, then Liz came and she left, then Rishi came. At the end of the day, history has been made and he is there. But again, whoever might have been the Prime Minister as of today will not win the election. He's only handing it to Labour. It just only made it, would you say, easier for Labour to say, we are in? And almost everybody knows before Rishi came into the office, that Labour is likely to win the next election. And all the things that the Conservative Party has done only increase the chances, and now it's going to be a whitewash.
Right. Whitewash indeed for the Conservative Party. Jennifer, let me ask you, I know, as you said, you were born in Tottenham. Despite being born in Tottenham, you did not leave your primary constituency, the Nigerian constituency. I got to know you in Tottenham, very responsible, hardworking, supportive, British Nigerian, ready to help people. Tell me, what kind of support are you getting from the Nigerian community and from other ethnic minority community to ensure you are able to fulfill your dream of being that woman that defeats a 24-year-old member of parliament? Not 20, he's been there for 24 years. Change the garden button.
Thank you. The support has been a lot of surprise, but whole openness to, yes, we want change. We really need change. So yesterday I was at a hustings. The West Indian community asked me to come to that hustings and held all of those who are running for MP, myself, a neighbouring Labour candidate, the Green Party, and the trade union, I think it's a trade union, the Trade Union Socialist Party. So what you have is people wanting any kind of change. They're so tired. But what we have to be very careful, following up from what Alistair said, is the rise of the racist parties. Nigel Farage is back in town and he means business. The rise of the Reform Party has been quite rapid. We cannot have the risk of a number of MPs that support his racist rhetoric in support or in leading their communities or representing communities. So it's very, very, very important that the Afro-Caribbean communities wake up, realize that local politics matters. It's how much they get for all the amenities that are around them, how much their local council will get to run their social services, what will be used to support their nurseries, the elderly. So they need to wake up and realize that at local level it's people politics. They need to elect MPs that are going to represent them, that have their own interests at heart, and that know the local issues. So they better wake up. But the support I've been getting has been phenomenal. Those who are contacting me to give out leaflets, those who are asking where we meet. We meet weekly at Banana Restaurant. So there's going to be one more meeting before the actual election. That's going to be next week, Friday. But we meet, like, after I finish doing this, I'm going there. We have a team of distributors who give out information. We also have those who are helping me online on social media. But the very important thing is that everybody contacts whoever lives in Tottenham and tells them to vote for Obaseki as their new MP. If they want change, or if they want the same that they've been having, that is the deprivation of their areas, the lack of resources in their schools, and also the crime that's been happening without any stop. If they want that, they can continue voting for the person who's been there for the last 24 years, who's delivered that to them. For me, I want progress for them. I want them all to reach their maximum opportunity. People shouldn't have to leave Tottenham to reach their opportunities or reach their fullest potential, let's say. We all remember Tottenham Techno Park and all of the buzz that was around that 30 odd years ago when Mr. Shoyade opened his studio. I know when he opened his studio, one of my friends went to work for him. We thought, wow, this area is going to change. What's happened is become gentrified. That means that they've taken up a lot of the land, sold it off to developers, and built units that's not affordable for local people. So local people are paying higher prices for poor property, and there's crime and there's other issues within the community. That needs to change. Tottenham deserves better, and I want to deliver.
My last question to you, Jennifer. So, should you win this election, what happens to the thriving Obaseki solicitors?
The brilliant thing is Keir Starmer, David Lammy, they're also lawyers. Even the guy that I met that's running for one of the other constituencies yesterday is a lawyer. My practice is a company, and trust me, we will still continue to win all the fantastic cases we've been winning for people. And
Jennifer,
also acquiring property.
on behalf of many Nigerians watching this program, both Nigerians that are here in Nigeria and Nigerians that are in the UK, we cannot wait to have you come into office as another Nigerian flying the Nigerian flag in the British Parliament. So we just wish you the best of luck, Jennifer.
I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Alisa, thank you. That's you tell that to Alisa, who will be flying back to the UK to vote. All right, so Alisa, thank you for your time on the program today. Can I ask you to just say one more thing before you go? Your closing remark. What do you have for Jennifer?
Well, you're right. Well, I wish her all the best. And as we say, politics is local. So there's no issue about telling people to mind where they go. So please go out and vote on the 4th of July so that you can contribute your quota to the development of the United Kingdom, most especially within the black community.
All right, AIT will be bringing Nigerians all the live details of that election on the 4th of July.